Good morning and welcome to Friday Live and Mail Call. And of course, we are live from. Huh, that was weird. I don't know if y'all got it, but I had 1.5 times there. Oh, I know why. There. I didn't have YouTube muted. That answers that issue. All right. So we're back to a normal schedule. All right. Last week, of course, I was bottling booze, and that was a lot of fun, actually. Um, uh, and I get to do it again tomorrow. And I've got a phone call, so I'm going to bring up uh, one of the guys.
Good morning.
Hey, John. Take over for a minute. I got a phone call.
Okay, where's my song though? You didn't play it. Hope you all have had a great week. We're kind of thawing out here in eastern Middle Tennessee. I've still got some snow on the ground that is in shadows or whatnot, but it's not too bad out today. I don't know what my temperature is. I haven't looked. I haven't been outside yet. I've just sitting around waiting for this wonderful live stream to start. And 43 out. So, we got a heat wave going on here in Tennessee and enjoying it. Of course, here it's the wind that really makes it colder. I live on top of a mountain on top of a mountain, so we get a lot of breeze here, at least 95% of the time. I see High has joined us, and Hot Dog Pilot Andy, and Gus, and I'm sure Steve will go through the full rundown here in a second, but he has to play my song first, so I have to. That's better. You're muted, Steve.
My apologies. I had a phone call I had to take. Um, we were talking about me bottling booze last week, and I was just about ready to, or maybe even got it out that we're going to do it again tomorrow. And that was my buddy confirming for tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to get together beforehand for some lunch before we bottle booze. So.
And do you do a lot of sampling as you're bottling?
We do.
Yeah.
We were bottling, I thought we were bottling bourbon last week, but we actually bottled vodka. And tomorrow we're going to bottle some more vodka and some rye whiskey.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Should be fun. And, we do have our West Coast contingent with us today. There he is. Hey, Lynn.
Good morning.
And Lynn is back from his whirlwind cruise tour through the Panama Canal and all parts.
Very nice. And Lynn, you have no fire around you, right?
Oh, no.
You have nothing that will burn out there.
If you look at a map, there's the ocean, there's the fire, that direction. Then there's a big mountain range going up to 10,000 feet. And then you come down into the desert, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So it is
Not
LA
much to burn
County.
in the desert.
Beg your pardon?
Not much to burn in the desert.
Actually, there is.
Well,
There
the
is.
tumbleweed, and then it blows away, and you know.
Yeah, well, there's more than tumbleweeds out here. There's Joshua trees and there's creosote. You know what creosote is?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, the desert is covered. When I first came up here, I had somebody tell me about that one year, really hot, really dry, and the fumes from the creosote, you could actually see the waves across the desert. And there was a dry lightning strike, and there was a flame that just shot across the desert. Just kind of singed everything, but ignited the fumes from the creosote. So there's a lot to burn out here. Plus, we had one good year of rain, so everything grew. And then we had a year of drought, so all of that is now just kindling. That's that and the wind. We had wind earlier this morning. I called it a breeze until it gets over 40 miles an hour. But when we came back from the cruise was the first or second day of the fire, and they were having gusts up to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna go politics. Stay out of that. But when you got 100 miles an hour and humidity is less than 10%, you got an ocean full of water. It ain't going to do you any good. The sparks were flying faster than they could lay hose. And there's two large fireboats out in the ocean pumping seawater up on land through miles and miles of hoses with bumper trucks that are trying to contain the fires on the side.
Yeah.
And it's still going. It's not out. It's still going. And we got more wind coming. Great. Anyways, yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Cool. Cool. And he sent me a bunch of pictures, so we'll share those as well.
Yeah, we don't need to look at all of them. For some reason, Steve got the whole row, it sounds like, but there's a couple of interesting ones.
Somebody had to send them to me.
Yeah.
I just don't magically pull them all out.
And as Steve has complained to me before, you have to number your pictures in sequential order that you want them shown. Well, I've just been showing them off my own computer nowadays because it makes it easier.
Yeah, he didn't.
I just send them a message. Bing, 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 bing. So
they're gonna come up in any order possible.
If it's redundant or unrelated, I'll just yell skip.
Skip.
Well, Steve, you haven't gone through your rundown of who's with us today.
We're getting to that. I'm doing some
okay.
things behind the scenes that have to get done too. So,
okay. Trying to keep you honest.
Steve's getting his morning routine together. You can watch for the train going by upstairs. This one downstairs was working, and then Foxtrot kept hanging up on turnouts.
The first thing, let's go through our
train
roll call here. All right, and Randall Ellison was the first to join in, followed by JD. And then, of course, Mr. Joe Rader was on time today. He was not late for an important date. And Kyle Stevens. 3Dub, who has been kind of missing in action. Wow. The sipping bourbon and smoking cigars. By the way, 3Dub, you can now go to MB Roland's site and order from them, and they will now deliver to Ohio. You just have to have somebody over 21 there to sign for it. And Gus Hadley has joined us.
And that would be rolling.
MB Roland, yes.
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
I gave John a bottle of rye the last time I was over there. And
And Steve is welcome to come anytime he wants to bring a bottle.
I got enough to bring too. Hot Dog Pilot Andy is with us. Hi is with us, and of course, Hi is not allowed to show up unless he sends me a picture of Ollie. So there is our picture of the day of Ollie.
Ollie ain't no puppy anymore.
No, he is not.
He's a big dog.
Big dog. I love that Christmas picture where Hi has him slung over his shoulder. That's classic. That is classic. And so Hi is with us. Anybody else? Anthony Dodge is with us. And, I did the Workbench Wednesday for cleaning up the workbench, and Anthony shoots me a comment that he is doing the same thing. So I told him, great minds think alike.
And
his great mind thinks better than mine.
Well, Steve sort of inspired me with his Workbench Wednesday. I started. I didn't get too far, but I started at least. I got to try to work on it a little bit more today. I'm getting too much stuff, and I got too many cats that keep knocking over everything I stack up. So, yeah.
Our other member of the I-40 crew is back there, so we better play his song.
And I'm riding on the cotton belt railroad line in the pitching, rolling rhythm and noise.
Very good.
Good morning, Jason. John Knuppel is with us as well. And Brad is with us from Willow Creek Industrial Spur. Dwight, Mr. Tuna King from the land of corn is with us. Corn and soybeans. He's with us.
Anybody need a cat?
I would love a cat.
Yeah.
Lynn, Jason wants to know why you're not running the Blue Goose.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's up top, Jason. He is running it.
I had a longer train, but I picked up some passenger cars that hadn't been out of the box in 20 years, and guess what? Yeah, it got real short real quick.
Oh, Hi says Ollie weighs 78 pounds.
Right down here.
78 pounds. Oh, my word.
Wow.
Penny had her vet visit today, and she was 67, almost 68 pounds. Okay, Jason now wants to know, not with the special box car. I think it's right down. Isn't that down there?
It's right next
over
to
your shoulder.
Right it's right over your shoulder, Jason.
It was raining.
He's trying to see on a phone though, I'm sure, and he can't.
Yeah.
See, so.
It ran for about an hour, and then right about the time Steve goes live, it decides to act up, misbehave. Bad box car.
Yeah, that's always the case. You get on camera.
Parked it right there, right up front.
Stuff happens. So, all right. Now, the next thing I have to do is
Well, this cat is Coon. He's got sort of a raccoon coloring around his gray tail. It's a little bit darker black, but you have to be in the right light to see it. But yeah, this one's free. He's going to be fixed February 5th. So anybody wants a cat, let me know. He's not friendly at all, as you can tell.
I would love cats. I love cats. My wife is extremely allergic to them. And I mean,
So is mine, but she's the one that brought these three in the house, so she has to deal with it.
my wife will reach over, pet the kitty, and about 5 minutes later, I might have to take her to the hospital. She cannot breathe. I mean, it's just bam. It just all of a sudden she's like, ugh.
Yeah, mine isn't quite that bad, but yeah.
Well, Lynn, let's take a look at some of these pictures. This is the first one that
I have no idea what that is.
It says model unit train coal gondola.
Steve, I have no idea where these pictures came from. That is not what I sent to you.
Well, it's not from me. How about that one?
Mystic just joined us.
That one, that's the last one I sent. On the ship in the main foyer, they had all these gingerbread houses with a train. The train fix. Trains running around. It was interesting. After about, I don't know, first week, it was an 18-day cruise. All of this went away. And it wasn't because the holidays were over. The captain came on and said there was a outbreak of the norovirus, and around this same layout there was all kinds of cookies and brownies and snacks and people touching and people getting sick, so they made it all go away.
Huh.
And what cruise line did you go on?
Oceana.
Oceana.
This is a small ship, 650 people. And after the norovirus, I would say about 1/3 of the people we didn't see anymore. I don't know if they put them in the ocean or quarantined or what happened.
Yeah.
We met quite a few people, and then all of a sudden, they weren't around. We met other YouTubers. That was kind of neat. And, yeah, it was an okay cruise. It wasn't the best. There's all the gingerbread houses. It was kind of a neat little display. Panama. This is going through the locks, and they call them mules, but they're small locomotives. They run on track, but they have a cog down the middle.
Okay.
Because when they go from lock to lock, they go up an incline that a normal anything could not climb. I mean, even a person couldn't climb. These things just... I always had the impression, here's the incline, that they hold the ships. They don't. The ships go through under their own power. Their purpose is to keep the ship from banging into the sides.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't work because there was a lot of paint scrapes on the sides of the locks.
You know, the Iowa class battleships
Yes.
will fit in those locks, but
Yes.
there's less than a foot on each clearance on each side.
It's in inches. It was like 4 inches, 5 inches on each side of the battleship. That's how close it was. They had pictures of it going through. It's interesting, the first one to go through. Everybody probably saw the thumbnail this morning. This is in Guatemala, coming up from the Panama, and it's called Antique or Antigua, and it's one of these places where the indigenous people lived, and then the Spanish came there and killed them, And then the British came and killed the Spanish. Then the Spanish came back and chased the British away. And then it became modern. And the whole city is a combination of old, mid-old, and modern with all kinds of stuff. But continue on. Yeah. We want to get to the good pictures. Okay, we can kind of skip over this. I was looking for trains. There's a train down there somewhere. It's down there somewhere.
I see the track.
Yeah, you can skip. That's Miami.
Miami.
This is what we got to see just about every evening. That's the Pacific side. We have a little room. There we are. I do bow ties. I tie them and.
Is that the dress up dinner evening? Or did you dress up for every dinner?
That was New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And Steve's coming up with old pictures out of who knows where. Get away.
Again.
Go find the one with the mountains.
These were in the batch you sent me last night.
I don't know how that happened.
He was half asleep.
Go find the mountain pictures and skip everything else.
Hey, dirty dishes.
I have absolutely no idea where that came from.
Boy, we better.
I do. It came from you.
What are you coming up with?
Hope there's not more.
These are all pictures you sent me last night.
I don't even remember taking. There we go. That's the picture. That's the one. So they're taking us up to this village up, about 5,000 feet or so. And the tour guy goes, oh, I see our local volcano is saying good morning. And I'm looking out, and that is a volcano. That is a volcano with smoke and ash and stuff coming out of it. And I guess there's 3 of them in the area, and they do this all the time. And the people go, yeah, it's no biggie. You know, they don't worry until stuff starts coming down the side of the mountain and you know, earthquakes start shaking everything. They're right smack on top of the ring of fire. They get earthquakes in the 6, 7 range, which also explains why a lot of the buildings are in the shape that they're in. We get some more of the mules. Tell you what, Steve, if you're going to show pictures, hey, there it is. That's the good one. We can skip with the slideshow because I don't want to see any more dirty dishes. That was the reason we go in the skip.
We can run through them.
No idea. We got other things to look at. We're getting more and more donations. Those are donations that I had more dropped off yesterday. Right behind me, you can't quite see it. Little steam engine back here. This guy shows up at the house. Here, you want these? Steve, stop at the pictures. Stop. That's Penny's Bridge. That is a module, by the way, a corner module. More of the freebies. There you go, Steve. Turn that off. Go back. And dirty dishes. I have no idea where that picture came from.
It's in the group you sent me last night.
Steve's got a hidden camera. I can tell by the dishes that was.
We all have dirty dishes. When we all have dirty dishes, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but we don't all send pictures to our friends of them.
That's weird.
I'm looking at this going, okay, now why on earth would you send me this picture? But
there are other pictures, but that's good enough. We don't need to do that.
Old saying go, who's to wonder why mine is just a do or die, or however that saying goes.
Yeah.
Now, before we started, John was talking about his weight loss program.
Yeah, it's called Piss Off the New Wife because I don't go to the gym and I still lose weight. She goes to the gym and gains weight.
Well, I went on a cruise and lost weight.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that on a cruise. I eat too much on the cruise, but
well, normally I do.
I've lost 12 pounds in the last 2 weeks, and I'm not doing anything different but eating her good food and watching my portions. So, it's working. So I don't know why she's mad about it. Um, that's women. Yeah. Plus, men lose weight easier than women do in the first place. So it's just one of those things. But
Well, the cruise we found out, we don't know the exact time,
too much
but
love.
was sold to another company. And they cut back on a lot of things. They had new crew. It was entertaining. Not great, but it was entertaining. We always like to sit at a table, meet other people, and share norovirus and colds and stuff. And so I think the second night, met this nice couple from Michigan, and we're talking with them, and I'm telling him about trains, and he's telling me about his cars, and shows me a picture of a 32 Ford Roadster with flames and a blower, and I'm going, I got a little train. And anyways, his wife and I, we ordered this angel food cake with snow frosting. They have all these fancy titles, and then they give you a little piece of food. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They brought us a piece of pumpkin pie. I'm looking at it, and she's looking at it and goes, that's the strangest angel food cake I've ever seen. She sent it back. And I like pumpkin pie, so I ate mine. Except the whipped cream or whatever they put on it. My wife said it was a type of meringue. I bit into it, and it crunched.
Ooh.
And what it had was sugar crystals in it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Crunched. And it went downhill from there. But I got some kind of bug. I'm not contagious. I saw a doctor yesterday. It's not the showstopper. That's the good part. When I lay down, I get a cough. I sit up, the cough goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely no other symptoms, nothing other than loss of appetite. And the food on the ship wasn't that good, so that worked. And another night, I needed my wife to write it out because she constantly had to tell me what it was. Because the menu, they have all these fancy titles for the food. A lot of French words and adjectives, and it's a piece of fish. Okay. Well, they had a such and such special mushroom cheese burger. Okay, hamburger, mushroom burger. I can go with that. That sounds good. They brought me this big piece of meat, real greasy looking, lots of fat. I'm going, well, if you ground it up and put it between bread, I guess that'd be a burger, but. And my wife goes, that's a bruca. I remember the bruca part. And everybody looks at her and goes, what's that? And she goes, it's a type of veal. But this thing was about 2 inches thick, as big as my hand, lots of fat on one side, and greasy looking. Tasted pretty good. Probably really unhealthy. I only ate half of it. But they were dropping dishes. One girl felt really sorry for her, little, probably Philippine, something like that. And she's talking to one of the servers, and she turns around, and there's a whole tray of wine glasses, and she wipes out the whole tray. I mean, glass everywhere. It was entertaining. If my scales is correct, and against the doctor's scales, it was only a pound or so off. I lost almost 20 pounds on the cruise.
Boy.
You didn't eat much, did you?
No. I did eat a lot of ice cream and sober. It's not sherbet, it's sober. Sober. What do they call it?
Sorbet.
Sorbet. Hey, you got it.
Sorbet.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. Yep.
Steve, what do you got for us? I'm taking over again.
Not a problem.
Boxes, gifts, purchases.
I have some of those.
Yay!
But
So do I.
hang on a second. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. And Randall just sent me this picture
Hmm.
from Dalhart, Texas.
Can you make it a little
You're
bit
so
bigger?
big. Yeah, I can't quite see what that is.
Hang on, hang on.
Um,
It's not showing up. Oh well, hang on. We'll get it here. That's why.
little technical difficulties.
Well, no, that's why you really need pictures
Stay tuned.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do them on the fly.
Even when we send them ahead of time, they're messed
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Ah,
Well, that's what Randall sent us.
It's like an old Union Pacific, or yeah.
we got a bunch of those parked right down the street.
Don't ask me what kind it is because I don't have a clue on these newer ones.
It's a Union
me,
Pacific. It's a Union
Yeah.
Pacific. I know what kind.
yes. As of which one it would, I have no idea.
That is the opposite of the truth. Jason hates the Union Pacific.
Is it something like this?
All right. No, Kyle says it's an AC 4460 CW, and I don't know how the hell he can tell it from that picture, but I will.
He must have a lot of them.
Hey, look who's here.
All right. So for the record,
I
Randall,
knew this was coming.
I am not a UP guy. I call it the OP. It's the Onion Pacific because it is service that will make you cry.
Jason, you need a cat?
Does it include free delivery?
Yeah, I'll poke a few holes in the box.
Oh no. I'm talking about in-person delivery.
Oh yeah, well, it could come to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got too many cats.
No.
It will be fixed.
I don't know if my Great Danes would like it or not.
This cat loves dogs. I mean, he's a cuddly, loving type of cat.
Yeah, but I don't know if my dogs would like a cat though.
Well, tastes good. Less filling. Yeah. Yeah.
But Lynn, by the way, nice sink full of dishes.
I have
Very
no idea where that
dishes. Yeah.
That's weird. That's beyond weird. That's stranger than you winning the contest the other day. Well, last year.
I think that was fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fixed.
Well, speaking of contest, I will be doing one very soon. So
I am trying to figure out again, trying to do these pictures on a fly that people send me. It's always tough. Let's try that one.
Hey, Grandpa Rail just bought himself a super bird.
Hy just sent me this picture. This is his latest project.
Mm.
All right. Now somebody's going to say, oh, why don't you make it big? Well, guess what, guys? I got to go through a bunch of reiterations to do that because we're doing it on the fly. There.
There we go.
Now I got to go back here to there. Okay. No, now I got to go back here to
Oh,
There. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
All right. Please, 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 guys. You got pictures? Send them before the stream starts, so I don't have to go through this kind of stuff.
Hey guys, it doesn't matter. I sent mine yesterday, and he ends up picking dirty dishes.
I just posted the ones you sent me.
I sent other pictures. I didn't send pictures of dirty dishes and
You sent the dirty dish pictures too.
Hey, out of that film reel that Steve did share at Lynn's, at least there was one picture I really recognized.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the goose.
Yeah,
Yep.
because that was the picture I sent to Lynn.
yep.
All right, let's go back over here now. Yeah, let me go back over here.
There you are. Okay.
Oh,
Bless you.
You catching my cold?
yeah, John, they're putting me to the test today. That is for
Yes.
sure.
I'll tell you, there was one sad part to the cruise. That a little over 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, everybody knows who Roy Smith from Panama.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he and I never really met. We never really talked on the phone, but we messaged a lot because I'd gone down to Costa Rica and everything, and we were planning on doing a cruise to Panama and talked about slight chance that we might meet up. And he said the odds are pretty slim, but he says if you make it, I'll try to make an effort and we'll try to meet up. And we talked about it. And that's when my wife had the stroke and that trip got canceled. And then, of course, the passing of Roy and his wife.
That's when
We're
you're
going
supposed to come
through
to
there and
Florida,
seeing
too.
Panama City. And I think, no, I don't think so. I think I have pictures of when we cruised by there. And it was just kind of like, oh, well, things happen. So
Yep.
that was a moment of downer on the trip. But thought about him anyways. Thought that's
Mhm.
where he hung out. Pretty cool place.
Well, I've been talking to Roy's son, Mike, and he's working with me on getting the caboose that I gave Roy for Evanston. He's supposed to be getting that back to me, and I plan on doing a small module, in scale Unitrack module, to put his caboose on.
Mm.
And if I get it back soon enough, the plan is me and a couple of guys are planning on going to the NMRA convention in Chattanooga. And I plan on connecting that module to the in scale Unitrack module that they're trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records on. So
That'll be cool.
That's nice.
yeah. So basically, all it's going to be is a double track, because that you have to have double track, and then I'm going to have like another piece of track kind of off to it. Maybe do like a city park or something, and have a caboose in like a little park area,
Mm.
and do it
That would
that
be
way,
nice.
right off the railroad.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
that's my goal.
So
Steve, are you going to try to get to the convention too? In
I
Chattanooga?
plan on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lynn, you think you could make it over there? No, too far for you. Okay, at least
Well,
3 of us can meet up.
Yeah, we can do a Friday
Yeah.
live from there.
Yeah, that would be
we've got
good.
4 trips planned this year. One we haven't quite finalized if we're going to drive or fly. We're going to drive up to Montana. Got to see her son up there and all the grandkids. And then from there, we're going to go to New Brunswick. For
Ooh.
those that are not geographic inclined, that is like almost to Greenland, but not quite. More Nova Scotia area.
What? Montana? Or did I miss something?
New Brunswick.
Oh,
New
New Brunswick.
Brunswick. Yeah.
Not the bowling alley or that stuff. You know, this is the cool thing.
All right.
Then in October, we're taking another cruise, and we'll be gone for 31 days.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Cool.
Yeah, and
We're going to sail out of Los
Yeah.
Angeles, go to Hawaii, and then to the South Seas and back.
That'd be fun.
Lots of.
I always looked at.
drinking
There's a cruise out of, I think it's out of Portland, that goes to Alaska and then to Japan.
Yes, we looked into that one too.
And it goes from Japan down to Hong Kong and down to Malaysia and to Australia, New Zealand, Polynesia, Tahiti, Hawaii, and back. They only wanted 12,500. This was 5 years ago. 12,500 a piece for that.
I would hate to know what that cost is now.
Oh
yeah, really.
Well, we looked into the one like Steve just mentioned, but only to Japan. And the stopper was the flight coming back. That was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But next year, my wife just pulls out of the hat, hey, I got this coupon, full price for one, second passenger 75% off. And we will fly to Victoria, Canada, cruise up to Anchorage, get on a bus for one day, and then get on a train and go to Denali.
Mm.
That'd be cool.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Have you been to Victoria, British Columbia?
Several times.
I love it there. It's gorgeous. So
I forget if it's, I think it's been Victoria. Downtown, close to where the ship's parked, is a miniature, not miniature wonderland like the one in Germany, but very close. It looks like a theater. It's got a marquee out front, and you go in and you just kind of wander through, and there's modules and setups of all different types of miniature railroads.
Kind of like Northlands.
Point to point. Pardon?
Kind of like Northlands. You know, Heath gave us that tour a couple years ago, a few years ago.
But there's also different scales. There's a G scale in the back that is a complete lumber mill from where they're cutting the trees down. The G scale train takes it to the sawmill. The logs are gone through and they got the sound effects. They're not really cutting the logs and everything and then piling it up. And then it goes into others and there's castles. It just keeps going and going and going and going. We spent about 4 hours in there. Just
when I go to Victoria,
it's like a maze winds all through it.
I always end up at the hotel and the bar area, the Bombay room. I forget the name of the hotel, but it's pretty cool.
So, Steve, did you have some boxes?
I do. I was waiting to see if anybody else had anything to unbox.
Well, I do, but after the last time I did an unboxing, I don't know if anybody will let me. So,
yeah, you were doing that Heath impersonation.
I thought I did a pretty good job. I had a good time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have an envelope, but everything else.
Now,
I think Joe Rader really thought you were trying to be a Heath there for a second.
I was.
He was starting to get a little violent in the chat.
I saw some of the language. My goodness, this is a isn't it? Or
Now I have a number of weeks worth of stuff. Little stuff, nothing big, nothing too exciting, really. I don't know if I showed this before or not, but this is some LED light strips. They're 24-volt light strips. My idea here is it'll be toned down some on a 12-volt system. So
Mhm.
because all the lights in my passenger cars are too bright, and my keep alives I made for them won't keep them lit very long.
Alive.
Why not just add resistors to them? That should dim them.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I still have a whole bunch more to go. All right.
Gotcha.
So it's not the resistors will work for the ones I've already done, but this would be for future ones. All
Gotcha.
right. So I got that. I got a pair of these that somebody told me I had to get, and he's not even looking.
Oh, Lynn.
Yeah, he's got his out. Somebody told me I had to have a pair, so I got a pair of these.
They work great. If you don't know what they are, they're for schoolers, but it's got a little notch in the end, and you can grab a screw and put it down in places that you can't get your fingers and things like that.
Got to be a pretty small screw, though.
Oh yeah.
Well, we work with pretty small things.
I was looking when I got these. I'm going, well, that fork in there isn't that wide, so.
I just happen to have a box of screws here, but I can't get it open.
I went to the local hobby shop. Randall's been there, Whistle Stop Hobbies, and I wanted something for dandelions. Right now, my railroads take place in the Midwest, and there's always dandelions. So I got some of this knock yellow leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now I see the way you do it. Man, I was trying to put the stem in that fork instead of the head.
No, just to grab so you get it down in the hole and get things started. They work good. Or to pick something out.
So anyway, I got dandelions now.
Hey, dandelions.
Yeah, Randall says it's a good little shop there too.
Yeah, it's I tried, and I'll get to it here in a second. Hopefully, yeah, Joe's still here. Joe, don't go anywhere. I need you here in a second. I needed some more CA, so I picked up some more of that. And the good thing is, this is only like 2 blocks away from the distillery where I bottled booze at as a volunteer. And then I've got matte finish for my airbrush, but I needed some gloss. All right, so I got some gloss top coat.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe had mentioned a while back, Joe, I don't know if you'll remember it or not. One of the things about Blue Box locomotives is they have a really weird wheels. Okay. I don't know if they're nickel, but I've never impressed with them, and I'm constantly having to clean them. So what I did was I ordered a set of metal wheels, 40-inch metal wheels from Athearn, and I'm going to try replacing them. Joe, didn't you say you replaced?
That could help.
Yeah, Joe, didn't you say you replaced all your Athearn Blue Box wheels with metal steel wheels? I thought I remember you saying something about like that. Yeah, they have the great apple pie high.
Oh yeah.
And the name of it is Horns Down. All right. And for those that aren't familiar, all right, Jason knows what it means. The big rivalry, one of the oldest and most biggest rivalries in the country, is between Texas and OU. And so people from OU are always saying, horns down. So this distillery,
Arkansas too, because to add on that, back in the old Southwest, Southwest Conference days, Texas and OU were out of conference rivals, but Arkansas was the only school in that conference that was not from Texas.
right?
So Arkansas, Texas, that was a huge rivalry as well. And I'm glad it's
didn't help when both teams had identical records and sat at the top of the AP and back in those days UPI polls.
Yeah.
All right, and at the end of the year, having identical records, Texas had a loss, Arkansas had a loss. President Nixon at the time declared Texas as the national champion. Okay, and everybody all over the country was pissed off about that.
Well, he went to it was in 1969. Yeah. He went to the Texas-Arkansas game in Fayetteville. And Texas won that game. I think it was like 17-7. It was like a really close defensive battle game. And that's when he declared Texas as the national champions.
Yeah.
Or the best team ever, or something like that.
Something, yeah. Anyway. So Joe, what came with it were steel, and then the new ones are nickel silver? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, the old ones are steel.
All right. I don't know what they are, but I don't like them. So I tried to replace these. And you can't buy these anymore. I mean, you can, but this 6 of them cost me $30.
What you have to do is you got to buy the replacement truck sets now.
Yeah.
You can't just buy the wheel.
Yeah, but anyway, what you can buy is 40-inch Walters geared wheel sets, which are, I hope, identical because I've ordered a bunch more of those. All right, I found these, but one pack. But when I went to Whistle Stop, this is what I wanted from Whistle Stop, and they didn't have it. The guy looked at me and says, "Are you kidding?" He says, "You can't get those anymore."
Jason, do you know how much the replacement trucks are? Offhand?
I think the last time I saw they were like, for a pair of trucks, it was like $25 maybe.
Which isn't bad. But are they? Do they mount the same?
I believe they do.
All right.
It's where they have the little pivot in the center, and then they got that sidebar that hooks over.
Right. Okay, then I got one more thing that I haven't even opened yet because it just came. I've been waiting. Well, I'll get to that here in a second. This really doesn't have much to do with trains other than they are micro SD cards that I needed for my cameras because I have a number of cameras that
it has to do with trains. It has to do with trains. It has to do with trains.
Yeah. Anyway, they no longer the cards in them no longer work because I've had those security cameras that have worked, and so I got some new SD cards.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
Well, I got a big hole, but I don't have it with me.
Why not?
Because it's already at the house.
Oh, okay.
So our hobby shop. So
That's right. You have to work. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Oh, poor guy.
Four-letter word.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, our local hobby shop, because of the snowstorm that came through, and we still got snow around that's still trying to melt. He had a sale that if you came to the hobby shop, the date of that it was supposed to start snowing, and then the days that he reopened into, Monday, which would have been Monday this week. Your little discount cards that you get from him, you get like 10% off for like a full card. Well, he was offering 25% off for a full card. So I stocked up on a whole bunch of Tamiya paints and a whole bunch of Woodland Scenics people, different people scenes and stuff. So I ended up spending overall $180 worth of paints, drill bits, and people. And you take 25% and, whatever that is. I think it was close to $250 worth of stuff. And only spent like 180. So
Yeah.
the cost of paints have gone up. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Whistle Stop, I want to pick up the green and gray that Heath uses, and I can never remember what the numbers are.
Hey, Sparky.
Hey, Sparky's here, Bernard.
Hey, Sparky.
So
And yeah, I remember when Tamiya paints were like $1 a piece, and now they're like over $3.
Yeah.
I'm like,
mine
that's
around here are $4.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now it is for the bigger of the two size bottles because they do have those smaller ones that I don't know, like 2/3 of the big one. But the big ones I pay $4 for.
Look. Did not mean to hit that button.
I still have. Hang on a second. Right here. Oh, nope, it's all gone now. Well, you might be able to see a couple little close. Hang on. Where's that camera at? Is that it? If you look real close in that picture, you can see a couple little piles of snow there, Sparky. Just a couple in the shade.
Get out the snowblower. Oh, there's a train going by.
And Jason's favorite railroad.
Yeah, the onion.
Oh, yeah.
There's Tammy and Ray. Good morning, Tammy and Ray.
Tammy.
All right.
Tammy
Well,
and Ray.
we're right pushing our 1 hour, guys. So don't forget, High's got a video coming out here shortly. Anthony Dodge has a live stream coming up this afternoon as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I'm going to wish everybody a great day and a great weekend. So y'all have.
Come back next week.
Come back next week, and Lynn will share some more stuff. And I do have 2 packages arriving today, one of which was supposed to be here the week of Christmas. And it has sat at the Oklahoma City post office for the last 2 weeks, and which is not my post office. It's the regional mail center. And I often wonder if they realize what to do with foreign shipments, the speed packs. Because I got a hold of the eBay seller and said, hey, you're going to have to refund or reship because it's sitting there. And, they said, well, let us work on it. And sure enough, I mean, it wasn't 24 hours later. It had moved to my local post office. So
I want to put a plug in for another channel. Those that watch Dave Crooked River on Thursday mornings, he gets up a little too early, 6 o'clock for me. But I'm going to make an effort to be up next week because if the post office doesn't screw up, he's got a package coming that should be interesting.
Okay.
He knows about it, but he doesn't know all that's in it. Okay.
Well, and something else, just to be on the lookout. I will be opening a contest pretty soon, so just be on the lookout on it. Oh, we got
all
a
right,
couple of DPU.
having fun at Sparky's expense. So, Joe was here on time, so I didn't get to do this.
I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. No. I'm overdue. I'm really in a stew. No time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late.
That always cracks me up.
Yeah.
That is a good one, I must say. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great weekend. Bye now.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.